It's your girl Annette Harris, coming back to you for more tips for positive mental health care. Today I want to talk to you about the psychological effects of being quarantined or in the shelter-in-place order. Listen, I know a lot of times when you think about psychological effects and what it's doing to you, you may automatically think of depression or schizophrenia or phobias or anxiety. But today I actually want to go a different route. I want to talk to you about the challenges that will affect us psychologically when we are quarantined or under the stay in shelter order. Number one, think about the challenge of movement. The challenge of movement. On a regular basis, we are on the go. Our bodies are moving. We are in motion without even thinking about it. But with the shelter in place, your mind automatically thinks, I need to be in one position. I don't need to move about, or I can't move about. Or you may be in a small area where you can't really do too much. But I encourage you to keep your body moving. Because once you sit down and once your mind thinks, okay, she's sitting down now, he's sitting down now, that means I shouldn't move, I shouldn't do anything. And a lot of times that will allow for depression or another form of mental illness to set in. So you must keep your body moving, whether you are exercising or you can do many things at home to exercise. You don't have to go out to the gym. Be creative, thinking of ways to keep your body moving. There are plenty of online exercise sites that you can go to actually exercise and to attain a certain goal, weight-wise or what have you. The whole idea is to keep your body moving. Another challenge is staying in touch with nature. We're actually connected to nature because we were created in nature. God created us in nature. So when you go out in the elements, whether you're going for a walk or what have you, your body opens up to it. You're receptive to it. So we have a challenge when we are told to stay inside to get in touch with nature. I do encourage you to go out for a walk, go out for a run, go out, maybe take a bike ride. But of course, not congregating with other individuals and keeping your distance, your physical distancing of 6 feet, but make sure you go and get in touch with nature. And just in a sense of maybe you can go out on your porch and sit down in your chair on your porch and just kind of relax and allow, God to talk to you. It'll do you a world of good. Also, challenge of meaning. Now with this, let me explain this a little bit, a challenge of meaning. It means that we are normally on the go. We are normally either going to work, we are going to our loved ones' homes, spending time with our loved ones and our friends. And because we have been ordered to stay inside so that we can flatten the curve of the COVID-19, we're not able to go to work. We're not able to hang out with our friends or our family members as we, have been used to doing. So then what you have to think of with this challenge of meaning, those things we know are important to us. So find other ways to connect. Find other ways to chat with your family. You can use these different resources like Zoom or, going on social media. It is important to you. If it's important to you, find a way to readjust so that you will, kind of keep some kind of normalcy in your life. Many have been allowed to work at home now. So you can maybe, get online and do your work that way. Understand what the meaning is of the things that you do. Try to find out whether it's important or not, and then find a way to readjust to try to keep that going. Challenge of accountability. If you're working from home, or if you're a student and you're learning from home, or you could be that parent that has become that homeschool teacher. Challenge of accountability, I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of hard, to stay on track, to stay, within a certain time frame of doing things when you're at home all day, day in and day out. So you want to hold your own self accountable. Set a certain time that you're going to get on the computer or do your day's work and follow that through. If you are a student and you have work from your teachers, your instructors, set a certain time that you're going to get on and you're going to do your work. Or if you're homeschooling your children, make sure you set certain times. Don't let those times fall off. Don't allow yourself to say, okay, I have all day. And whereas you would have normally probably done it in the morning, you'll go to school in the morning, you'll go to work in the morning on a normal basis. But sometimes our mind tricks us and we think, okay, I'm in the house now, I can do this at any time. I don't have to be on a set schedule. But no, you want to hold yourself accountable and stick to your normal schedule. If you were used to getting up at 5 a.m. to get yourself prepared to go to work or to go to school, keep that same schedule. Hold yourself accountable. And lastly, challenge of connection. As humans, we need and we want that human interaction. We want that connection with others. So aside from those that are in your house, it's hard now for us to have that connection or to make that connection with others. Physically, it's hard. So then we have to come up with ideas to connect with our loved ones, to connect with our friends while we are still observing the shelter in place or the quarantine that has been set forth. So then we go back to talking about these other avenues. Whether it's social media, you're doing podcasts or Zoom, to interact with others. Be creative. Sit down and write letters. Hey, let's go back to writing letters and mailing them to our friends and our loved ones. We have to come up with ideas, and I'm sure that you can hop online and there'll be a vast world of information to inform you of things that you can do while you are sheltering in place. So let's remember, there are psychological effects of being quarantined or observing the shelter in place, but there are things that we can do to avoid us having mental illness or mental breakdown or, allowing our minds to get off. We can do this. We're all in this together. Or if you just want to be that listening ear for someone, or you need a listening ear, let's check on one another. They encourage us to do social distancing. That's the terminology that they use. But I say that it's actual physical distancing that we're doing. We're physically staying away from others so that we can flatten the curve. But social distancing, that's something that you actually need to take a look at again. Don't distance yourself socially from individuals where you're not caring about one another and you're not there for one another. We can hop on the phone, we can text, we can Zoom, we can make our interactions socially on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We can interact socially while we are observing the physical distancing. So those are my tips for today. And I want to encourage you that we are going to make it through this. We are all in this together. And the sun will shine again. This has been your girl Annette Harris with your positive mental health care tips for the day. Take care, and we'll see you soon.